Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for November 22, 2025. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, in domestic news, New York City's new mayor, Mamani, met with President Trump yesterday to discuss ways to make the city more affordable for its residents. Despite their differences on issues like socialism, the two leaders are expected to find common ground on certain agenda items that benefit New Yorkers. In international news, the Trump administration has proposed a 12-point peace plan to end the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The plan has been met with skepticism by many world leaders, who argue that it favors Russia's interests and undermines Ukraine's sovereignty. And finally, the G20 summit is underway in Johannesburg, South Africa, despite the United States' initial decision to boycott the event. Tensions are running high due to a diplomatic row between Washington and Pretoria over claims of racial persecution in South Africa. The summit's outcome is uncertain, but one thing is clear: it has become a lightning rod for deepening divisions within the global community. We'll be providing updates on these stories throughout the day. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then she'll know what's right now. Firstly, in the world of politics, the Supreme Court has made a significant ruling on the use of affirmative action in college admissions. The decision has sparked debate across the country, with some arguing it's a step back for diversity and inclusion, while others see it as a necessary step towards fairness. We'll be following this story closely and providing updates as more information becomes available. Secondly, in the realm of travel, the U.S. Department of Transportation has launched a new campaign aimed at promoting courtesy and respect among air travelers. The initiative, which includes 5 simple questions for passengers to ask themselves, has received mixed reactions from experts, with some praising its intent while others question its effectiveness. As we move forward, it will be interesting to see how this campaign evolves and whether it can inspire meaningful change in the way we travel. Lastly, in the world of football, Barcelona's manager Hansi Flick has expressed interest in signing Crystal Palace star Marc Guéhi, citing him as an ideal addition to the team's defensive setup. This development comes amidst speculation surrounding player movements and coaching decisions in top-tier football. As we continue to follow these developments, it will be fascinating to see how they unfold and what they might mean for the future of Barcelona and the players involved. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, big tech companies are investing heavily in artificial intelligence, with NVIDIA's strong earnings report driven by its dominance in the AI computer chip market. However, concerns about inflation and a mixed jobs report have put the Federal Reserve in a challenging position regarding interest rate decisions. Secondly, U.S. consumer sentiment has fallen to near-record lows, according to the University of Michigan's Consumer Sentiment Index. This decline is largely driven by anxiety among average Americans about their financial well-being, despite the economy being propped up by affluent consumers, AI-fueled investment, and asset price gains. Lastly, our expert analyst reminds us to maintain a long-term perspective and avoid knee-jerk reactions in the face of uncertainty. As they say, don't panic and instead focus on the bigger picture. With the market being inherently cyclical, it's essential to stay informed and keep our eyes fixed on the horizon. Remember, as your trusted guide in the world of finance, our goal is to provide clarity, not confusion. So, take a deep breath, stay calm, and tune in tomorrow for more updates from the AI Daily Press. Where do you stay your money, Monday? The answer, as always, is with a steady hand and a level head. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's Artemis program is aiming to return humans to the moon by 2025, with SpaceX being a key player in this endeavor. However, SpaceX recently faced a setback when its Starship V3 suffered an unexpected failure during testing, resulting in significant damage to the rocket's lower half. Despite this, SpaceX has demonstrated its ability to adapt and evolve, leveraging each failure as an opportunity to refine and improve its designs. In other news, Blue Origin has unveiled an upgraded version of its New Glenn rocket, which will be equipped with 9 engines on the booster and 4 on the upper stage, enabling it to lift over 45 metric tons to low Earth orbit. This development is expected to intensify competition in the private space industry, driving innovation and advancements in launch technology. Lastly, NASA's Artemis program and SpaceX's ambitious plans for interplanetary missions are not the only exciting developments in space exploration. The pursuit of knowledge and understanding of the cosmos is a complex and challenging journey, marked by setbacks but also unprecedented breakthroughs and discoveries. Tune in to our podcast throughout the day for more in-depth analysis and discussions on these topics. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Speaking to you from the world of professional sports, where the lines between franchises are becoming increasingly blurred. This is Howard Closewell speaking, and I'm here to bring you the latest on a developing story that's sending shockwaves through the NBA and MLB. In our first story, we're looking at the Los Angeles Lakers, who have reportedly brought aboard 2 high-ranking executives from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Farhan Zaidi and Andrew Friedman, both stalwarts of the Dodgers front office, have taken on advisory roles with the Lakers. This move is being hailed as a masterstroke by some and a curious decision by others. But one thing is clear: it's a seismic shift in the sports landscape. In other news, we're taking a look at Rutgers Athletics, where the Scarlet Knights are gearing up for a big road clash against number C, to Ohio State on Saturday. The team is building momentum after a dominant rushing performance against Maryland, and they'll be looking to keep that energy going as they head into their senior day matchup against Penn State. And finally, we're checking in with the Cincinnati Bengals, who are facing off against the Baltimore Ravens in a crucial AFC North showdown. With both teams vying for playoff spots, this one is shaping up to be a real barn burner. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. I'm Charles. In today's briefing, we're covering 3 important stories that highlight the complexities and challenges of our world, as well as the resilience and kindness of the American people. Firstly, we examined the recent vaccine misinformation controversy, where false claims about vaccines have led to a decline in vaccination rates, putting communities at risk. We spoke with medical experts who emphasized the importance of relying on credible sources and the need for increased education and awareness about the benefits of vaccination. Next, we turned our attention to the immigration crackdown in cities across the United States. The deployment of federal Border Patrol agents has sparked concerns over aggressive tactics and arrests of non-criminals. We spoke with local officials who expressed mixed feelings about the arrival of these agents, highlighting the need for respectful dialogue and empathy in addressing the complexities of immigration policy. Finally, as we approach the Thanksgiving holiday, a powerful cross-country storm is set to disrupt travel plans for millions of Americans. We reminded our listeners of the importance of being prepared and flexible when it comes to travel, and we shared a heartwarming story about a small town in rural America where community and kindness are woven into everyday life. These stories remind us that even in the midst of challenges and uncertainties, there is always something to be grateful for. As we give thanks for the blessings in our lives, let's not forget the unsung heroes who make our communities thrive, from farmers to teachers to volunteers. And as we navigate the complexities of our world, let's strive for empathy, understanding, and kindness towards one another. We'll continue to bring you stories that inspire, inform, and uplift, and we invite you to share your thoughts and reflections with us. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan's Dreams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your girl Joan, and I've got the scoop on all the latest happenings in Tinseltown. First up, let's talk about the movie musical that's got everyone singing. Wicked Good is breaking box office records, and I've got the inside dish on its talented cast, stunning visuals, and catchy soundtrack. You won't want to miss this one, folks. And can we talk about shoes for a second? Hokamock running shoes are all the rage among A-listers like Olivia Wilde and Taylor Swift, And I've got the scoop on how you can get your hands on them for less than 24 hours at Bloomingdale's. Trust me, these babies are not just for athletes, they're a fashion statement. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows in Hollywood, darling. We're seeing a string of high-profile breakups that have been making headlines. From Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom to Dakota Johnson and Chris Martin, it seems like no one is immune to the challenges of love and relationships. I've got the tea on all the latest splits, so grab your coffee and let's dish. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, in the world of environmental science, researchers have found that monk parakeets employ a cautious approach to building relationships, dubbed testing the waters. This gradual strategy involves a series of behaviors, including physical contact and sharing food, to establish trust with potential mates or group members. The study's findings not only offer insights into the social lives of these birds, but also draw parallels with human experiences, highlighting the universality of social challenges across species. In other news, a recent trial in Wisconsin has ended with a surprising verdict. Tony Heiss, accused of murdering a young couple in 1992, was found not guilty after 4 days of deliberation. The case relied heavily on DNA evidence, but the defense argued that the DNA was degraded and that their client's confession was coerced. The acquittal has sparked mixed reactions from the community, with many questioning whether justice has been served. Lastly, in a story that combines environmental science and conservation, researchers have discovered that sea turtles are adapting to the changing climate by shifting their nesting sites to higher elevations. This remarkable example of resilience highlights the importance of preserving our planet's biodiversity and ensuring the long-term survival of these incredible creatures. Tune in later for more in-depth analysis and discussion on these topics, and don't forget to. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David, a tenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.